Guess who? It's Robbie Susan Chandler, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. I hold classes in my home, and I would love for you to come over and join me for a class if you live in the area. I have classes on Mondays, Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays, and also Thursday evening for people who are not retired and have to work. So today I'm here to share the second card I've made with this gorgeous stamp set called Framed Scenes. So here's the first card I made a few weeks ago, and I do have a video out there for it. And this is the lighthouse that's in the set, and this card opens like this. And today's card, I'm using the bridge, and on the inside I'm using the path into the woods. So here's the card itself. And to make it even more masculine, I'm using the designer series paper called Country Wood. And what's exciting about this is being carried over into the new catalog. So we'll get to see this paper another whole year. And the pieces I used were this navy, this dark brown, and this one. So let's get going. Let me show you how to make this card. Now the inside of the card, I'll go ahead and do that real quick. This sentiment, let me move this out of the way. This sentiment came from Country Birdhouse, and it's hoping you have the best day ever. And then, like I said, down here I stamped the path going into the woods. And all this was stamped with Night of Navy, which is what my card base is. I'll get to that in just a second. This was cut with the new textured note dies. These dies are awesome. And see, I just cut it out of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece. But can you see the design around the edge? Now in this set, all the rectangles have a design. Now here's one for a smaller one. And the, where is it? Oh, this one, the one with the sentiment, was also cut with the very smallest one. So I really love this set. I've been using it a lot, but you see all the different rectangles have a different design. So this is called Textured Note Dies, and it's an online exclusive. And I'll have links to that down at the bottom. So let's get back to the card base. It's Night of Navy, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Just fold it in half, and there we have our card base. Now on our front, this is my first piece of the Country Woods paper. Oh, and by the way, I want to show you my little tools here. This is my little tool caddy that I'm selling. If you're interested, just drop me an email at robbiesusan@rsvpcardsandcrafts.com, and I'll tell you how you can get one. They're $22, which includes shipping. And this is what it looks like without the tools in it. You don't get the tools. You have to provide those yourself. Anyway, back to my card. So this piece is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4, and you just adhere it right here to this side of your card front, which I have done here. Now on this side, this piece is 5 1/4 by 1 1/2, and it goes here. Now this paper, the thing about it is it's two-sided, and you could use the other side if you liked it better. And this piece also, in fact, I'm going to show you a card at the end that I made where I flipped this over. And this piece now actually was made with this piece of it. The designs in this piece of paper go from light to dark, and here's the one I'm going to use on this one, and see it's even darker. So there's a variety. Now I cut a little strip. Oh, let me pull that out. Cut a little strip with our new set called Fancy Border Dies. And the die I used was this one right here, and it makes this little scalloped edge. Yeah, I had one cut right here. Use 5 1/4 by 1 inch and lay this on it to cut your border. I really like this border. I think it's very very versatile looking. So then I just adhered it to the back of my wood strip. And this strip was, let's see, this was the left side. This strip was 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. And it goes down right here. Alright, I have one already adhered. And here it is. Okay, now let's talk about our frame. Let me find all my pieces for that. Okay, the frame itself was cut with a 2 3/4 by 3 1/2 piece of the designer series paper. Now this frame also has another design on the other side, which you could possibly use if you want a little more color. But I'm just going to stick with this side right now. And then underneath that, the designer series paper is this one that's 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. One reason I like this one, I felt like the little bit of gold in it, and you can see it here, kind of look like sunset in the background or the sun in the background. So this is a piece that's going to go under here. And this one I've already stamped it, and stamped this in Night of Navy, and I adhered it to this one. Now here's a tip. Put your dimensionals on the back of this piece, and then you can just lay this down on top of it, and then when you flip it over it'll be in the right place. Otherwise you're going to be going like this trying to figure out how to put it on there, you know, just all over the place. But if you'll just put your dimensionals on the back and just lay it down, and it'll hopefully 99.9% of the time be in the right place. So let's just pop that on with dimensionals, and it just goes right here. And then I stamped the happy birthday on this little piece, and the birthday came from Charming Duck Pond. I liked the way that font looked for this one. And then I used some twine or cording or jute trim from the 2023-25 color jute trim, and this will be going out because these colors are going out, but I used this Pebble Path color. So let's pop that down. We're almost through with this card. How about that? Alright, I thought the jute gave it a little bit more masculine look. I was going for a masculine look with this card. Alright, so here's my original. Let's see, we've got our cinnamon inside. Now here's the one that I was talking about where I flipped the paper over on the other side. So see, you have an entirely different look depending on which part, depending on which part of the wood grain paper you ended up with, or which side you decided to use. So you can see how versatile this is. You get all these different looks with just the same paper. So I hope you like this card. How about liking my video for me and subscribing if you haven't subscribed. If you need a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I'd love to have you on my team. So until next time, happy crafting.